What's up, everyone, and welcome to Luna Wolf Healing. My name is Kelsey. I am your lifestyle and transformations coach. Make sure to subscribe. I upload videos for your mindset, self-love, healing, and transformation every single Friday. So in this week's episode, we're going to continue on a little bit from last week's episode talking about generational trauma. However, we're going to start looking into the aspect of generational trauma where you lose yourself. So we're going to talk about losing yourself and kind of that aspect of the journey and how we can go from that to finding ourselves. So sit back, relax, let's get started. In last week's video, I was talking to you guys about how generational trauma can affect your self-discovery journey, right? Because generational trauma can affect how you actually see and view yourself. Generational trauma, there's going to be some beliefs, morals, and values that you're going to have that aren't actually yours. And so when you come into this understanding, you maybe start to realize, I don't know who the fuck I am. And so there's this idea of losing yourself. And so this whole idea of losing yourself, right? Why? Why do we lose ourselves? Why do we not know who we are? What's the cause? What's this reason? And so if we take a gander, if we take a step back, truly, the main reason why we have this loss of self is because we have succumbed to the expectations of others. We have lost ourselves in other people. This could be rules that we've had on us that has stopped us from being or doing the things that we wanted to do. Maybe it was being told who we are or who we are not. Or maybe it was even challenges and some really hard things that came into your life that knocked you off your feet and really caused you to change, but maybe in a way that you weren't wanting to. So really popular examples of these is like growing up and maybe you wanted to be an artist or a musician or a coach, own your own business, travel the world, and you were told, no, you can't do that. Maybe you had really high expectations to get seriously good grades all throughout your life, and you kind of lost a giant chunk of your childhood and adolescence because you had to spend all of your time in academia and in studying. We might even have differences in sexuality, right? Maybe we're bi or gay, and that was even pushed aside or belittled, pushed down, etc. Maybe your biggest dream was to be a model, yet you were told your entire life that you weren't beautiful. So there's a lot of things that can occur throughout our lives that make us lose ourselves and lose who we are. When we're born to about the age of 6 or 7, we're actually really attuned to and with our true selves, our authentic being, our soul. And that's because we're still in our egocentric world at this age. If you're looking at development, we're still very much in the ego brain at this time. We're still very much like the world revolves around me. I am the queen of this shit. You know what I mean? So we're still very connected because we just haven't been entirely hit with all of these things. And even when we are hit with these things, because we're so young and our brains haven't developed, we're not even aware that we've been hit with these things. So we're still kind of like in la la land, right? But obviously we lose that as we get older because our brains start to develop and we start to grow. We start to understand that, the world doesn't revolve around us, that there is a lot more to this world, that we ourselves affect other people and other people affect us. We start to notice these things, and we start to allow knowingly other people into our worlds, right? Being kids is hard. Being a child is hard. Why do all of these things need to happen when we're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old and we don't even know what the fuck's going on? I don't know, but it does. So here we are. So when we have lost ourselves, when we lose ourselves, when we don't know who we are, why is this a problem? I mean, if I do need to give you an explanation, I will, but to me, just those words don't sound okay to me. I'm not okay with not knowing who I am, with being lost, whatever. But on a bigger scale here, not having an understanding or a true sense of who we are, right? This is going to cause depression and anxiety. There's going to be a sense of being lost and confused, being wildly unfulfilled and unsatisfied. And we may even bump it up a notch and say that there may be some addiction and terrible coping mechanisms. There's going to be some really great questions for you to ask yourself when you've decided that you no longer want to be lost and you want to be found, but you always have to remember to be radically honest and vulnerable with yourself, because now we're digging deep. if you're into tarot at all, this is very much like the moon card vibe, okay? So you want to ask yourself, who are you not allowing yourself to be? Who are you that you are not allowing yourself to admit that you are? What parts of yourself have been kept hidden or dormant? What have you used to love that has long since been forgotten? So with these questions, we're literally peeling layers away, looking for that light of your soul. So this is why it's going to be hard to ask yourself these questions. You might need to ask yourself these questions multiple times to really see what comes up for you. But through these questions, you'll be able to see more of who you are, parts of yourself that have been hidden, kept away, collecting dust and dormant your whole entire life. You, with that, especially with that last question, you're going to be able to find something that you love again. And through that, we are now on a journey. Through this radical honesty and through this radical vulnerability, we are now on a journey to finding ourselves. And when we are on a journey to start finding ourselves, I do want you guys to be aware that there could be a sense of guilt, of shame, because you realized that who you were has taken up so much time. And there may be a sense of loss, because now you are taking a part of yourself who you identified with for potentially your whole entire life, and you're taking it out and getting rid of it, right? You're now taking this part of you who's no longer serving you and you're putting them to rest. You're cutting that cord and detaching yourself from it. So there could be a sense of loss. There could be a sense of mourning. There could be a sense of shame and guilt. This is a normal part of the shedding process. So that is okay. Continue to cope with those feelings and mosey forward. Some really great ways actually to kind of work through this on a more spiritual level is cord cutting rituals, and then on a more practical but still spiritual level is intuition practices, and I'll talk about more about that in a second. You can really start tapping into your inner child at this point. This is where you're going to be able to, again, release more of those old limiting beliefs and those old wounds and traumas. But there's another side to inner child work as well, and that's simply tapping in to your childlike wonder, to your childlike curiosity and play, and allowing yourself to be new and open to new things, right? When children are children, they're so open and they're so willing to learn and to try, and they don't think about failing and mistakes. When they're learning how to walk, they're willing to fall down on their ass 100 fucking times over and over and over again, and instantly getting back up and trying again. And that's, we want that kind of same vibe here as well. So don't be afraid to tap into, yes, your inner child work, but also your inner child wonder and play. Start opening that world up for you and see what comes through, because as I said in the beginning of this video, the ages of 0 to 7, you were very much connected to who you truly are. So allow yourself to tap into that side of you again. You may have to work extra hard to be able to allow yourself to accept this version of yourself that has been hidden and dormant for so long, but is who you truly are and is actually going to serve you. And that's okay too. It's okay to take time to integrate and to learn. I make this mistake a lot because I like to keep pushing forward and make changes as quickly as possible, but it's important to take your time and to integrate, to feel this healing process. Mostly so that you don't have to, maybe revisit it in 6 months because you kind of skipped over it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself to take time to get to know who you truly are and who you truly want to be. Now, as promised, here are some intuition practices that I would love for you guys to start diving into so that you can be strong in who you are. You can be strong in your boundaries. You can make decisions and trust in your own voice. So some ways that you can start tapping into your intuition on a more mindset level. Start asking yourself some questions and see what the first answer is that comes up. Maybe ask yourself a question and do some automatic writing. Allow yourself to create art. And while you're making this art, don't allow yourself to be like, oh, it needs to be this way, oh, it looks stupid. No. Like, just let it flow, just let it be. And be okay with the outcome Yeah. You can also create a vision board. Use your intuition to pick what photos you want to use on your intuition board. Use your intuition to pick the words and the sayings and the affirmations and the why for your vision board as well, and then post it up on your wall. Some more practical ways that you can start leaning into and developing, cultivating your intuition. Follow your gut. We've all had those little gut feelings. Start getting used to following that feeling versus what's going on up here. Start getting used to body scans. Close your eyes and just like think about your toes, how it's feeling. Think about your feet. How is it feeling? Move up to the ankles. How is that feeling? Start getting used to going inward into your body and feeling every single aspect. For the love of God, take time away from technology. It's going to be harder to use your intuition if you're constantly on your phone or your computer or the TV. I'm not going to explain that because get your ass outside. Mother Nature is the world's cheapest, easiestly accessible healing tool that there is. Get your tushy outside. And why this starts to help with your intuition is because when you're outside, you can take the opportunity to allow your intuition to tell you where to go. You can allow your intuition to be like, go touch that tree over there, go pick up that rock, go smell that rose. When you're outside, let your intuition guide you. And then another really fun way that you can start practically developing your intuition is by playing games. Now, on a more spiritual level, ways that you can start to develop your intuition: meditate. I feel like meditation just has a lot of benefits. So meditate. And if you're one of those people who say that I can't meditate, you should go watch my meditation myth busting video that I've shared not that long ago. You can connect with crystals. You can ask for signs. You can try automatic writing. But my favorite way that I've spiritually started cultivating my intuition is by pulling oracle and tarot cards. And that's going to be it for me this week. Thank you for listening all about losing yourself and finding yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, subscribe. All the links and all that jazz is in the description box below. I upload videos every single Friday, so make sure to hit that notification bell as well. And I will see you guys next week. Ciao.